I'd like to call the May 1st, 2023 Alexander County Board of Education special call meeting to order at this time. I'd like to recognize Board Member Josh Dagenhart for our Pledge of Allegiance.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Board members, you have your agenda in front of you. What's the pleasure of the board?
Motion approved.
Second.
Got a motion by Board Member McLean, second by Board Member Dagenhart. Any discussion? All those in favor of approval of agenda say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Agenda carries. At this time, I'd like to recognize Chris Campbell, our Director of Maintenance, for new business item consideration of Bethlehem Elementary roof project bid.
Good afternoon. Thank you. I'm just going to simply introduce Mr. Nelson Hall with Wolf Trail Engineering. We contracted just with them to handle all of the drawings, the proposals, and handle the bids and everything for the Bethlehem roof project, which we received the funding for as part of the needs-based capital funding grant. Mr. Hall.
First off, I'd like to say thank you all. This is our first job with you folks, and so far it's gone real well. Met Chris and talked to him about this project, and he gave me his budget, and we looked at it and thought, well, maybe we can make that and maybe we can't, but we did an infrared survey. Chris thought most of his insulation was dry, and we found out that in fact it was. If anybody has any questions about whether reusing insulation is good or bad, as long as it's dry and is properly installed, it is as good when it's 20 years old as it is when the day it comes off the truck. So, been studies done about that. So we saved about $250,000 to $400,000 according to how you would have to do different things on different roof areas, but that's about what you save by reusing the insulation that you had in place. We put the thing out for bids, and evidently we squeezed the roofing contractors a little bit on time because they started calling and letting us know that the manufacturers couldn't get the numbers back to them quick enough because of so much work going out. But we did get 3 bids when we opened them the second time. The first bid was issued on time for the first bid opening. It was by Bar Roofing, and they were the low bidder. Their low bid was $969,650. We've used these folks several times in the past. They do a good job. They do what we tell them to do. Pretty good to work with. As we go through this project, we'll be up here with guys on the projects about 2 days a week. And we'll issue reports on those 2. We'll send them to Chris. When we finish the project, we'll give Dr. Hefner or Chris or whoever gets a closeout book that'll have specifications, all the bids, all the correspondence, all the inspection reports, DPI approvals, the whole 9 yards. It'll all be in one book, and there'll be an electronic copy of it for anybody who wants to review it. But it would be my recommendation that you award this contract to Bar Roofing. They are the low bidder. If you gave me a choice of all 3 of them, they would be. I would say just those guys are good to work with. They've done a good job. They don't do everything perfect, but when we ask them to fix something, they always do. Any questions?
I just want to add to the members of the board, I was here the day of the opening bids, and being on time ranks high in my category, so thank you.
Any other questions?
How long is the warranty? Is there a warranty period on?
There's a 2-year contractor warranty, workmanship warranty, and there's a 20-year manufacturer's warranty included in this price. And one of the things that we do as a company, if we work with a manufacturer, say XYZ company, And they come in, they make all these promises and give us a 20-year warranty, and the first thing comes up, they start giving us a bunch of excuses. That's one strike against them. Anybody gets 3 strikes against them, we don't recommend them, we don't list them in the specifications, and basically, when DPI asks us why is so-and-so not in the specs, and we say, well, they won't honor their warranty, we haven't had any pushback on it. So these are folks, the folks we've got listed in the specifications, folks we've worked with for 40 years, most of them, and you call them, and it's their problem, it's not your problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, unless you want to pay a bunch extra.
Right.
And frankly, roof warranties is just is more of a marketing tool than it is anything else. These roof systems that we're specifying and the one that we're going to install on your building, we've been doing this for 30 years and 30 or 40 years without ever having to replace. We had to replace one down in Charlotte a couple of years ago that was 20 years old, but the only reason we had to replace it, and we just had to recover it. The only reason we had to replace it is they had a bunch of equipment up there, and they were trying to tear it up the day we put it on there, and it took them 20 years to tear it up. But they finally managed to.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, board members, is there, what's the pleasure of the board at this time with the roof project bid?
I'd like to make a motion to approve bar roofing for this contract at Bethlehem Elementary.
Second.
Got a motion by Board Member Bowman, second Board Member McLean. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the roofing contract at Bethlehem Elementary School for bar roofing, say aye at this time. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, board members, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Second.
A motion, Board Member Dagenhart, second Board Member Reese. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned.